I just want to ask you a simple question. What do you feel when life doesn't go according to your perfect plan? When something happens that you never even imagined, exactly the opposite of what you expected? Panic, self doubt, disappointment, right? Everyone goes through that, especially here in India, because from childhood we are taught that life follow a set pattern. First study, then get a job, stay safe in life, don't take too many risks, save your money carefully. We have always been taught this way. Survival mode is always on. Our frequency is always tuned to fear. But today I want to talk to you but a speech that completely changed the way I see life. Steve Jobs' 2005 Stanford commencement speech. Trust me, these 5 minutes are going to be the best 5 minutes of your 2026. Because in this speech, Steve Jobs shared three things that, if you truly understand them, can totally change your entire mindset and life. The first thing Steve Jobs said, like I said, it was all about connecting the dots. He explained that when he dropped out of college, he had no clue what he was going to do with his future. In college, he just took classes that caught his interest at the time, like polygraphy. Back then, polygraphy didn't seem to have any practical use. But exactly 10 years later, when he built the first Mac computer, the polygraphy knowledge came in super handy. That's why nothing in life is ever random, nothing is ever wasted. When we face setback in life, when someone leaves our life, someone we poured all our emotion into, when we fail an exam, when things don't go the way we planned, we panic. We think all those emotions were wasted, so much time wasted, so much money wasted, but in reality, nothing is ever wasted. Every little thing connects somewhere down the line. That struggle you are finding painful or useless right now, well, struggle will actually make you stronger in the long run. If right now you feel like someone has hurt you or left you, the truth is that person actually taught you something. So just trust the process and believe that time and your struggle are exactly taking to you where you need to be. Steve Jobs also talked about rejection. Imagine you work day and night building a company, taking it to the top, and then one day you get fired from that same company. This is exactly what happened with the Steve Jobs at Apple. But when Apple fired Steve Jobs, he said getting fired from Apple was the best thing that ever happened to him. If it had been anyone else in his place, they would drop down, lost all their courage, but these were Steve Jobs' own words. Getting fired from Apple was the best thing that ever happened to him because now he didn't have the pressure of being a successful CEO. Instead, he felt a bit like a beginner again, and he used that freedom to fuel his creativity. It can be done, and that's exactly what happened. At that time, he developed the most creative thing of his life. The same thing happened in our lives too. We just don't realize that if some opportunity, thing, or person leaves our life, maybe it's the universe way of making room for something better or a better person. Because until an old thing leaves your life, how will there be space for something new? And Steve Jobs added a really good point here. Always follow your natural calling. Always follow what your heart is telling you. Because sometimes your heart just doesn't know what to do or where to go. Now, this third thing is my absolute favorite. Steve Jobs talked about time. He said that your time is the most precious thing you will ever have. So, never waste it living someone else's life. We spend more than half of our lives trying to meet other people's expectation, trying to make other happy, constantly pleasing people. For 24 hours, our mind keep running thought like, what if they get upset? What will people think? We blow our family's opinion up so much in our head that it drowns out our own inner voice. The day you realize that the time you have is limited, trust me, living by others people's expectation and listening to what they say will start to seem like the biggest stupid thing ever. And there's no reason not to follow your heart. And you know what the best part of this speech was? Steve Jobs ended this speech with four very powerful words. stay hungry, stay foolish. It simply means always keeping the hunger to try new things and learn in life. Don't be afraid to take a small, foolish risk. Learn to handle criticism, learn to fail. People will judge you, and that's totally okay. But make your own path and always remember playing it safe doesn't always mean winning. Catch you in the next video. Until then, bye. Thank you.